Jay.
What's going on, man?
Yo, Jay.
What's up, man? I'm about to say it's Friday. I wish it was Friday already.
Yo, facts, man.
Monday. Fucking Monday. Horrible Monday. It's a good Monday. It's not bad or anything. Everything's good. It's way too fucking hot for me to try to work out. So I did a little bit of small.
They still didn't fix your shit, bro?
Oh no, it's not that. It's just like sometimes I just don't keep that shit on. I just keep the windows open and shit. But it was just fucking sweltering. You know, I got like the door open. I got both of the windows open. Just let them. You know, my room gets hot, bro. No matter if I got the air on. It gets hot because I got the laptop on, the TV on, PS5 on, which is not generating as much heat as TV. But yeah, I like to keep the room cool as shit. But we ain't get shit this morning. That's why we're always gonna go 2 hours for the days where there's no fucking news within the 9 to 10 o'clock hour. There's news starting the 9 and 10 o'clock hour. You can expect that we're gonna go at 11. There's nothing within the 9 and 10 o'clock hour. We're just gonna push it back to 12. It's not that I'm running late. It's just that there's no point of us lingering around. I got some game time in like early this morning, probably about 7 or 8. I went to sleep early, so I got my time. I just racked up a shitload of trophies. I got like 4 or 5 bronze on the Olympic Games. And I need to do 3 different types of Olympics. And then I get the silver trophy for trying all of the Olympics once, or winning every Olympic once. The platinum's not hard. The hardest part of this game is it did come out in 2019. And because it's the Tokyo Olympics, it came out in Japan first. Obviously, because it's made by Sega. So, since the Olympics were delayed due to COVID, we just now got the game. It just came out last Tuesday. So when you go online, you're going up against the best of the best from Japan. And that's where, if I wanted to pursue the platinum, that will be my roadblock. Because motherfuckers are competitive on this game. I won some on this game, and now I know more about some of the sports and how to play them. But yeah, I mean, it's challenging, you know? It's challenging. You got to know the different little patterns and tricks and shit for each and every sport, and there's 20 sports, so.
Gotcha. Damn,
so,
that many sports?
Yeah, it's 20 sports. They could have added more, to be honest. Wrestling is a part of the Olympic Games, and they don't have it in here, so. They're missing a couple, but they did good. They did good with 20 sports. Really good. I'm getting some words this morning that this is the week. Definitely, we're gonna get some information. Someone said that. Okay, we got a riddle. I think we got a riddle.
Already? Okay, good. Because I was like, it is kind of dry this morning.
This is coming from PlayStation Europe official Twitter page. Greedfall comes to the PS5 on the 30th of June. Boosting upgraded visuals and performance, more details, plus a peek at the transparency, something DV transparency expansion. Now that's the thing. Greedfall was just a graphically shit game. Like,
yeah.
And it was if I think about it in comparison to the Dark Alliance, it's similar. We know they could have made it a better game, but they decided to make it look that way and play that way. So I think the combat was pretty dope. And I looked at this one similar to a Fable. It reminds me so much of Fable.
It did. It did remind me of Fable a bit.
What's up, Spartan? But that's it's still a pass. I don't give a fuck if it has a PS5 a version. It's a pass. It's a pass. So if you were excited about that, that's coming out on the 30th. The reason why this is gonna be a big week because this is the last. We're in the last 3 days of June. We're getting into July. As you know, after July is Kenna. Now, the reason why I know we're gonna have some information dropping in July is because, okay, June was E3. We had Ratchet and Clank, real good. Scarlet Nexus dropped. A lot of other games dropped. Okay, good. All the announcements are out the way. Cool. Right? But what's that in July? There's nothing slated for July. Nobody has anything planned for July. It'd be the perfect time for them to talk. Then that momentum drives us into the month of August with Kenna, and it drives us into the rest of the year with whatever else they're gonna put out. There are multiple patches where there's nothing. We have Kenna for August, but we don't have anything for July. We don't have anything for September. We don't have anything for October. We don't know anything. Anybody claiming to know anything don't know shit. We don't have concrete release dates for some games. We don't have release dates for games that we don't even know about. So, we have games though. This is what we got. After Kenna is Sifu. After Sifu, you have Ghostwire Tokyo somewhere, Horizon Forbidden West somewhere, and then you have Deathloop somewhere.
Yeah.
But
I got Deathloop in July.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't know. I think the delay came from Bethesda more so than PlayStation, because again, why would it be their fucking fault? The console is already out. If you're delaying your game, it's your fucking fault. So I don't know what went down, why they delayed it. They delayed it probably about 3 or 4 times now, because it was supposed to be out early.
Which game are you talking?
Deathloop. Deathloop got delayed a couple fucking times.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know what's up with that. My stance, public, not buying it. So I probably play it later on down the line, but I'm not getting it day one. So if anybody's,
it got delayed when?
it was probably a couple months ago, because it was supposed to come out around Ratchet and Clank's time.
Come out in May.
Yeah, and then before that, it was slated to be early, because it wasn't gonna be able to make the launch, so it was gonna be early 2021, and it didn't do it. Now it's pushed all the way back to September. And I'm still skeptical about that.
Fuck is this?
So, let me get some more information. So the rumor is that by the end of the week we will have a confirmation. I just want to give out some information for the Nintendo as far as Super Smash Brothers. And this is a really, really weird announcement. So Lloyd, from one of my favorite Tales games, called Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia was first released on the game Cube, and then in Japan it was released on the PS2 because the PS2 obviously was more popular. They never, to the best of my knowledge, re-released the game in the United States for the PS2, but they did make a remaster, and I think it was available on the PS3 if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was the PS4 when they did that remaster.
Maybe
years back.
Oh, it was okay. It was the PS4. So we were able to play it like maybe 1.5 times, right? So, but you know, the game first premiered on Nintendo, so they added a Mii fighter for Lloyd. So that was pretty cool. So then you go to a character that they wanted for a long time. I know I talk about this all the time. PlayStation All Stars has a version of Dante that we don't like, but he plays like the Dante that we do like. He looks like DMC's Dante, but he plays like Dante. Right? They got a Mii fighter for the classic Dante from Devil May Cry 1 and 2. But it was only a Mii fighter. From the best of my knowledge, going around the internet, a lot of Nintendo fans were kind of upset that they got the Mii fighter and not the character himself. Then they got Shantae, the half human genie indie game character, as a Mii fighter. That's also equipped with her music. Now the fourth one, I want to know what Spartan thinks of this one. This one's crazy. The fourth Mii fighter they call Dragonborn, and Dragonborn looks just like the warrior from Skyrim. Why is this the second time Microsoft allowing a character from one of the studios they own appear in a Nintendo exclusive?
You know why?
It's sad, bro.
No. It's sad. It's not. It's both. I'm gonna tell you why. You know why? Because when Microsoft does that, notice something. America in a nutshell. When you do something for somebody, they always want something in return, right? I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. That Survive Together shit they did with Nintendo in 2018 to get Sony to do crossplay. I'm gonna tell you what they're doing. They're trying to butter up Nintendo, right? So that when they want something in return, Nintendo has to do it. Because then, you know, when you have the classic characters from Rare, that's was synonymous with Nintendo back in the days. People want that shit, and Microsoft knows people want that shit. So they're gonna say, all right. So if they want that, they got to do this. I'm telling you, bro. xCloud is gonna be a big thing on Switch. The next Switch, I can tell you that there's gonna be a collaboration. I think the only reason they put in their shit on Nintendo game is because they want something in return, and they're gonna want something in return. That's Microsoft. Everybody knows that. But what in return is the question?
So yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. What the fuck could they want in return?
They want xCloud on the Switch.
They're never gonna. Never mind.
Sure they will.
Never mind. Yeah.
Think about
because they're already using cloud to bring bigger games to the Switch.
Keep this in mind. Wait, Jay, let this sink in. Yes, it will. Let this sink in. No. You see Nintendo's online, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it rumored? Well, it wasn't rumored. Microsoft actually helped develop their actual online subscription service. Microsoft did that for them, for the Switch, their online service. Microsoft did that. And that Survive Together shit, it was ironic because there was the same people that partnered up just to make Sony do crossplay, and they never did nothing like that again. I think it's just they want a Japanese person on their side to go against Sony. I think that's really what it is. Because they can't beat Sony straight up. Right? Like, even though on PS3 era, you saw Microsoft, they was beating Sony, but the Wii was winning.
Okay, so
basically
the Wii was winning because the Blue Ocean strategy, right? Which is winning because also evolution of the Blue Ocean strategy, like Adam talked about yesterday. They're over there in their little corner doing their little thing. You think they're no threat, but in reality they are. But they're not a part of your group. But just because they're not a part of your group doesn't mean they're not doing shit good. They're kicking ass. They're selling 40 million copies of a game that most people don't even fucking know of from back in the day. They're making moves, bro. They're selling their Switches at a higher rate than the PS4 and 5 every month, every week. I don't feel like they want to partner up with Xbox to do what they're already achieving using the Blue Ocean strategy. Because if you know one thing, whenever Nintendo made a traditional console, that's when they lost. GameCube, N64, Super NES. They not, I give them N64, GameCube. Wii U was them trying to strike lightning twice and it didn't work. They had two Blue Ocean strategies, which was Wii and Nintendo Switch, and between that was Wii U. Before us, Wii was GameCube and N64. So they got 2 wins on PlayStation. And PlayStation beat them with the PS1 to with it 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, PlayStation 1, 2, and 4. But if it would have been like down to a traditional console, they already know Nintendo's gonna win. You have to do something completely different, and they know this in order to look completely different. You look just like them, they're gonna pick the person that they know that's good at what they're doing, and that's PlayStation.
Jay.
Everything the sales really too.
Like based off
Sales, like you said, PlayStation beat Nintendo. Keep in mind, Xbox has also beat Nintendo twice. The first Xbox beat the GameCube, and then the Xbox One beat the Wii U as well as the PS4
did. So Microsoft has 2 wins over Nintendo as well.
So
yeah, I mean, yeah, by default with their fuck ups, yeah. But as far as like popularity, most people, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I think the GameCube was still a good
better
system.
It is.
Than Xbox. Yeah, they have some great games. Like,
but you know what's funny though?
Yeah.
Microsoft also has the highest attach rate out of that generation.
For the Xbox versus
like
GameCube?
PS2 and PS2, they have the highest attach rate. It's over 6 games per system. GameCube didn't have that. The PS2 was 5.71. The Xbox, the original Xbox, is 6.
And what games are those that are part of the attach
games
rate?
like the first part, the exclusive they was having.
Oh,
right?
You mean like
right?
like Halo
the
and
attach rate.
Okay.
Like you know how PS4 attach rate is 10.
Yeah.
Like they gave us about 10 games per system, like that. Xbox was 6, 360 was 8 point something, almost 9. PS3 is almost 9, and the PS4 is like 10. And Switch itself, the Switch is not even near that number yet. Ironically, the Switch has like about 7, which is bad because it's been out for 4 years, and this attach rate isn't as high as PS4 attach rate was. All right, so in 2017, PS4 attach rate was almost 8. That's damn near a shame. The Switch is cheaper, and they sell more exclusive
11 games for PS4 owner.
Okay, so PS4 actually went up since last time you got that information, and PS4 is actually 11 games per PS4 owner.
It's 11 now.
Yeah, that was as of January 31st, 2021. It's 11 games per person.
Damn.
See? I was 10.
And that 10 came in 2018. That's when he was out for 5 years.
Information from Video Game Sales Wiki. Fandom.
What the fuck is fucking voice audio shit?
Okay, so this is what we got, bro. Original Xbox 6.88 attach rate. Xbox One 6.55. GameCube 9.59. So GameCube beat the original Xbox and Xbox One. Nintendo 64 is a 6.86. So actually 6.83. So the Nintendo 64 beat the Xbox One, but it didn't beat the original Xbox, and that's only by 0.4%. But the GameCube did almost have a 10 game.
That's right.
So GameCube did beat original Xbox. I knew something was off about that, because you gotta think about what GameCube released, bro. Metroid Prime, Super Smash Brothers Melee,
that's my favorite one.
Zelda Twilight Princess. Then you had, what else? I was just thinking about it. Metroid Prime, that. Oh, Super Mario Sunshine. And then there was Resident Evil 4.
I was wondering if you was going to say that.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4, and then I can't think of a lot of other ones. But they had some fucking gems over there. Wait up. Beautiful Joe, I know, was high over there. Damn, it was some other fucking games on GameCube, bro.
Don't stress yourself, bro. It's okay.
Oh, no, because when I had the GameCube, it was hard as fuck for me to find good games, man. So I probably wouldn't remember, man. But I had it for a quick amount of time. I played it mainly for Tales of Symphonia, Melee, and Super Mario Sunshine. But it makes sense that the attach rate will be bigger than the original Xbox.
And
Because
the PlayStation too.
if we're looking at the original Xbox, we know about Halo, we know about Madden, Call of Duty, but we got some anomalies, but we don't know what the 6 games actually are. I know that my cousin had Madden, Call of Duty, Halo, and he also had Def Jam Vendetta and like other games like that. You know, like a Need for Speed, but
Yo, you know what I want from Nintendo?
you go see what the ratio is. That's a high ass ratio for PS4.
If you don't realize, the PS4 did numbers to the level of Sony.
11 games per person.
Keep in mind, Jay, as of last year, right, Sony was worth 115, well, actually, beginning of this year, 115 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 2013, Sony was worth 18 billion. Do that multiplication, bro. They're over worth 6 times. The whole company's over 6 times what they were.
We got 9 and 9 right there. Okay.
I don't think people realize that.
8.
Sony went from 18, from double digits to triple digits. 115 billion. The PlayStation really did numbers for Sony, not only in gaming, but for music as well. Remember I told you Sony owns a license to a lot of music? WWE is working on a collaboration. They're getting a lot of old songs that Sony like owns the rights to when it's licensed to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like them companies like 3 Days Grace, Let's Start a Riot for the WWE games like back then. Sony owns the right to a lot of those things. Them and Universal, which is one of the rare.
And this is what some people don't understand about that. That's why from SmackDown 1 to SmackDown, what is it? Here Comes the Pain or Shut Your Mouth? Which was the last one that was exclusive?
Oh, the PS2.
Yeah, it was either
SmackDown Raw 2006, I believe.
No, that. I thought that's when they went multiply because Raw was on Xbox.
No, the 2007.
2007.
That's where the game when the SmackDown versus Raw franchise became multiplayer. It was on 360.
Okay, but the one before that was exclusive to PlayStation. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it makes sense that they would have all the rights to the music because the SmackDown wrestling games was exclusive to PlayStation. I don't think people understand how
the music and the Raw games are. No,
yeah,
believe it or not, the music and the Raw.
That would make sense because if you have a theme song that was already in any of the SmackDown games before Raw was created for Xbox, it makes sense. Too. Yeah, it makes sense.
Sony owns the music to
but
that
people
game.
don't understand how big of a flex that was. Like, yeah, people people don't understand that was that should have been a bigger shock to people in gaming than the what is it the Major League Baseball going multiply because it had happened already. It had happened where Sony had a lock on a sports game, and then it went multiply. Yeah. It wasn't, and see, this is what people need to understand. It wasn't the SmackDown games weren't selling good on PS2. They were the best fucking games ever. The SmackDown games were the best fucking games. What was happening was, just like we looked at the sales split for Scarlet Nexus yesterday, it's 79% to 20%. 79 is on PlayStation 4 and 5. And then 20% is on Xbox. Well, you were getting a split like that versus SmackDown games to Xbox games. Like, sorry, SmackDown games to Raw games that were on Xbox. Like, they were not buying Raw games. And to the best of my knowledge, I played one.
I mean, they were,
but they were not the best. They weren't they wasn't as good as the Shut Your Mouth and
Here Comes the Pain.
Here Comes the Pain. It just wasn't. It wasn't. So they were like, bro, well, we can't keep giving y'all a Raw game. Y'all not buying it, bro. It's not making us. Let's combine this shit. When they combine that shit, that's. I won't say the first one was bad. The first combination was good, and I also was able to play it on the PSP, so that was pretty dope. But the further they went down, the SmackDown versus Raw, it just didn't get good. Then 2K picked it up and just kept fucking waning.
Imagine if THQ was wanted to get that shit back. So Take Two was like, I'm buying that shit back. Yo, that would be nice because then they would come with Ukes.
Yeah. And that's
That'd be
why
cool.
that's why I'm happy that you signed on with AEW to do their wrestling game. I don't know who signed up to do the Wrestling Code video game, the one I talked to you about.
Yeah, with all the wrestlers, Tommy Dreamer and them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy Dreamer gonna be in that game too.
Yeah. And what's funny is the Wolverine dude, that big muscular dude, he's in that game. Because when they was making the game, he had not signed to AEW. Like, somebody on Twitter was like, hey, you're not going to get AEW wrestlers. Well,
Sure.
Little do you know, the game was in development before AEW, before a lot of wrestlers were signed to AEW. Meaning they'll be in an AEW game and in a Wrestling Code game, which you don't get a lot.
Impact wrestlers too. Like, people don't realize you can have Christian Cage be added in that game because, like, remember, he's in Indies. He still have deals where before he signed fully with AEW, he did a lot of indie shows. Like, them contract signings when they be doing something and he signed autographs and shit, bro. Most of them promoters are there that make games and they ask them for their licensing and they scan and they're in the game. Probably Christian won't be in it because, like, that's a smaller game and, you know, they want him in the AEW flagship game.
What up? Did he sign up for that one now?
Wrestling Code? That was a rumor. He did. He was there in San Francisco one time when they was doing the motion capture, but he never did it. I don't think.
Yeah, bro. All I'm saying is the more I see them, like the Smash Brothers shit, the more I was like, bro, PlayStation, they got a gold mine. Because I was looking at the videos, and we did have peak PS3 characters in there, but the PS4 generation was crazy with the characters we got. We got some crazy ass characters. Like, there's no character in the world like the Hunter from Bloodborne, where like all the different types of techniques a character would use in their respective game was already in PlayStation All-Stars. So if a Hunter from Bloodborne was to be in a future game, every little thing that he does in his game will be in there. Meaning weapon transformations, different types of weapons, different types of firearms. I remember Ratchet and Clank, Kratos, they had some crazy projections, projectiles. Like, he had the bow and arrow from Icarus. No. He had the bow and arrow from the dude that was like the fire bow and arrow. But then he had the Barbarian's hammer from the first boss spot. So he would slam it on the fucking ground and create a fire wave that would burn you. You know?
Yo, Jay.
Bro, that was...
Imagine in PlayStation also Battle Royale, like the Super Smash one when you get knocked off the map. Imagine if Ratchet get knocked off the map, he able to do the rift shit to save himself. He
would use that, like, bro, like I said, he was already OP because it's Ratchet, bro. He had all his fucking guns from Tools of Destruction. He had some of the stuff from Crack in Time. His second special.
He was the most overpowered character I really think.
Yes. So do you know that one trick that Ratchet had where he could use the gun that suck you up, spit you in a wall, and once you roll out, you use your level 1 and then you will get an automatic kill? It was shit like that.
Automatic KO, bro. Like,
and then the combo motherfuckers, Dante, Nariko, and who else was a combo? And fucking Raiden.
Nigga, everybody was.
Those motherfuckers, and then obviously Kratos' fucking crazy combo, the classic 1-2 hit in the air with the Icarus wings, and then the fucking hammer spin with his fucking Hercules lion gauntlets.
I think if they did a push to also Battles Royale, I think it would do better nowadays because, like, you see how Super Smash Bros. Is successful. I think if they made a sequel to that game and call it, I think this time the characters and how, like, people know which games they're from, I think they would do better this time around.
Yeah.
Because people know the characters now, they know the moves. Like, the Hunter from Bloodborne himself, like, Aloy from Horizon Zero, Ellie, and The Last of Us, Abby, like, bro, imagine if all those characters was in the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, those were...
Not to mention the game will have that new studio prestige, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Right, because they know the studios, so all of them put their hands in, especially like Naughty Dog, like, and Insomniac being part of a game, bro, that would be lethal. Imagine Naughty Dog and Insomniac being on it and like working on a game, putting the characters, especially the look of the game. The graphics would be beautiful. I think
one thing people don't understand is Bluepoint was on the team that made PlayStation All-Stars.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know
Bluepoint is what's the name? Sony Santa Monica. Sony Santa Monica and Bluepoint. The only fucking guest they had that was making some of the fighting stuff, obviously, was Superbot which they got. So if a game like this was to be made, there would probably be 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 people that's working on a game that's already worked on PlayStation exclusives, and then you would just fill the gap in with somebody that's skilled at making fighting games.
I think Lara Croft would be in this game too. Imagine that, Lara Croft and Ellie.
You know what? That's what I keep telling people. Like, okay, people are wondering why certain characters are not in Smash. There's no main character in Smash that was also in PlayStation All Stars. And for people that were like, "Oh, PlayStation All Stars is there; they're never gonna bring it back." Yeah, okay. Well, if that was true, Hachi would have already been in Super Smash Brothers. Raiden would have already been in Super Smash Bros.
Hachi not going to Super Smash Bros. Like, that's a character from Tekken that's never going to come. Like him, Yoshimitsu, and all of them. Like, the niggas is not coming there. I can tell y'all that for now.
In reality, bro, Tekken didn't even start going to Nintendo until after it was day and date on Xbox, which was number 5, right? So number 5 is when it went multiplat. But it didn't go onto a Nintendo system until Tekken 6. And to the best of my knowledge, I don't think Tekken 7 ever went to Nintendo.
You're correct.
That's what it was so weird. Like, I understand they need fighters for their fighting games, but they added some characters that didn't have no history. And I know they got to be paying a pretty penny for that shit.
Them niggas from Smash, that nigga from Ryu from Street Fighter, he in there?
Yeah, but that makes sense. Street Fighter did on consoles. It did like premiere on Nintendo before Sega, before PlayStation was even a thing. Like,
I'm saying he's in Smash, right?
Yeah, him and Ryu and Ken. So far that I know. So we could probably get Chun-Li, which is very known.
I could see that. I could see that very, very well.
Yo, let me ask you guys this: on the original PlayStation All Stars, did they have the Demon Souls guy?
No.
Oh,
Demon Souls was a thing, and it had already spawned what? Dark Souls 1 and 2. But as you know from the history, they didn't take Demon Souls seriously, even though it was supposed to be taken seriously at that point, because everybody had already loved it. So I do believe if a part 2 was in the works, you would have a twin type character, right? So these are the 3 twin type characters I would think. Ratchet and Clank would double as Rivet. Spider-Man would double as Miles Morales if they are in there. And then you will have the Knight from Demon Souls to double as the Hunter from Bloodborne. Similar move sets, but sometimes something different. Or they might be separate characters. But I do believe they got a lot of money that they could be looking at. They always had a lot of money because you don't have to make a game for all the games that are going to be out. You can add these characters on a month or yearly basis based on the new characters that are in a video game that comes out. So it really is up to you. But for you to throw the whole IP away, bro, like, get somebody that's good at making it and bring that shit back, because you're ignoring a lot of money. We just talked about the MotorStorm thing. You ignored a shitload of money you could have made in the future because of something that somebody else didn't like,
Yeah, I mean, bringing out a game like just like double-edged promotion. Like, you can't really get better than that.
Exactly. You got a promotion of the game itself, but this game promotes other games and other characters.
And especially characters, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those characters promote that game. Like, it's double-edged promotion. That's perfect.
That's a smart one. But remember, sometimes the market is kind of shaky when it comes to these games. Like, people will say they get the game and then they won't get the game. So I get where Sony's coming from. A lot of people say they want it, but then when it comes, they don't support it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Yeah, they'll say, "I'll just wait for a sale," or they'll watch a review. And, I'll just wait for a sale.
So the thing about it is, they could definitely get this game out, possibly announce it this year or sometime next year, because it's about to be its 10th year anniversary. Next year will be 10 years the PlayStation All Stars out. One thing people need to understand also, I don't think they're going to be making a new Smash Brothers anytime soon, because all they're doing is just adding characters. Now, it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, they're on their last character edition. I don't know when they're going to be adding, probably sometime towards the end of the year. that means that again, unless you just go put out another Smash Bros. After fucking them over on the season pass next year, then PlayStation All Stars, our part 2 would potentially have an empty arena to produce itself.
Yeah. Oh my God, Jay. Just imagine, bro. You know how the Smash Bros. Community really wants Sora. Imagine if PlayStation All Stars 2 had Sora. Oh my God.
See, that's the thing, bro.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, you know what surprised me? This was years ago. Snake. But again, I had to calm down. I had to do my research as a gamer. You know, I'm not a big Metal Gear fan, but once I did my research, I found out it made sense. But the kick in the nuts was they added the Snake from Metal Gear Solid, which first premiered on PlayStation, which was never released anywhere else. So they did shit with some of their character additions to really kick PlayStation fans in the nuts. Kind of like Cloud. Like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, it premiered first on PlayStation. Then it went to other platforms like over 10 years later. Or almost 20 years later. Right. So it was weird that you added him, but you didn't add any of the characters, like from Crystal Chronicles that was exclusive to GameCube, or Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, which was exclusive to Nintendo systems. You know what I'm saying? Right. It would make more sense to do something like that. So they did things specifically to kick people in the nuts. Adding a Tekken character, that's a kick in the nuts. Although you can't get the original guy that started it all, which was Hahachi. So they've been trying to definitely do that. Again, the one character everybody wants next, and they've been wanting it for a long time, 2 of them, Crash and Spyro. If you get Crash and Spyro in a place in a Super Smash Brothers, and people need to really think about this, you would not be able to make a PlayStation All-Stars. Because those are the 2 characters that people didn't buy the game for. If those 2 characters were in PlayStation All-Stars, we would have gotten a sequel by now. Because even if somebody found something wrong with the game, they would ignore it because they had the characters that made the game what it was supposed to be called, PlayStation All-Stars. Did we have 2 characters from the PlayStation 1 generation? Yes. So what we did in PlayStation All-Stars, and I'm going to talk about it because I'm a fucking veteran on that shit. You had Parappa the Rapper. He released on PlayStation 1. Very good job. You had some little sprites on this game, and I think they were visible before the match and after the match. Something that Smash Brothers added later. They were from different games. Like, so we had Raditz from Killzone, but there was a classic Hellgas that would be a little sprite. So couple of those sprites were from the PlayStation 1 generation. You also had background characters. So we're talking about like Hot Shots Golf. They were in the background for the Jak and Daxter's level. You know, obviously you had the Parappa the Rapper level, which intertwined with Killzone. The best PlayStation 1 character that they definitely did add, but they added the PS2 Japanese version of him, which was Spike from Ape Escape. Now, he had all your classic Spike stuff, but he also had the Japanese Spike look and moveset. He did have a classic outfit that was very close to the PS1 version of Spike, which was the red shirt with the blue jeans, and it looked dope. But other than that, those were just the 2 fucking legends you got. Maybe you can add Toro in there, the cat, but Crash and Spyro would have been just fucking awesome. Yes, you had Hahachi. Yeah, my fault. You did have Hahachi, and Hahachi, that version of Hahachi was from PS1 because he was a black hair Hahachi. The only way to make him the older Hahachi was the special outfit that you would unlock, and then other than that, there was a character color that would give him a different outfit, and his hair would also be white. So you had 3 legends from PS1, but it wasn't known enough, you know, in 2012. So you should have had Crash and Spyro. If you had Crash and Spyro, everything would have been good. People would have brought the game, and even if it would have got bad reviews, they would have brought the game enough to show Sony that they should continue to come out with the DLC. The DLC characters would have made it much better. You know, it would have made it really, really good. We were supposed
What's
going on? We were supposed to get like the dude from Assassin's Creed. We were supposed to get Ninja Gaiden character. We were supposed to get what was it, Abe from Abe's Odyssey. We were supposed to get the dude from Legend of the Dragoon. We were actually supposed to get Jin. We weren't gonna get Hahachi's son, but we were gonna get Jin from Tekken 3. So there was a lot of characters planned, and I think that what's going on, everybody. I'm gonna give a shout out in a little bit. I think that they kind of dropped the ball by not having faith in something that other people didn't have faith in. You should have pushed through. If you were gonna fucking cancel this shit and cut it off, at least release those fucking DLC characters. We got Zeus, we got Isaac from Dead Space, we got Emmett from Starhawk, and we also got Cat from Gravity Rush as the 4 DLC characters for the 2 packs. There were multiple packs, and it would have added a bigger, more diverse character library. There was no plans for Crash and Spyro at all. But if the first one would have been able to release all the DLC and people's opinion would have changed about it, they would have probably brought out a second one. And as you know, they have a newfound relationship with the people that own Crash and Spyro. They worked with them to bring back the original trilogy. There's no doubt in my mind that those characters would have appeared. Again, PlayStation has helped Activision make a lot of money using Call of Duty as a promotional asset for PS4 and 5. So it would have happened, and it still has a possibility of happening. I think after a good 7 fucking years, if Crash and Spyro were going to be in Smash Brothers, they would have been in Smash Brothers already. I'm letting you know. There's no doubt in my mind that Nintendo has not contacted Activision. But again, Nintendo has fucked over Activision in one of the worst ways. Their inability to make money off of their console because it's so fucking weak. So they're not putting they're not putting Call of Duties on Nintendo Switch. So you don't own Nintendo shit. Like, there's no real true history for Crash and Spyro on Nintendo, except for the ones that were not that good, which they don't even talk about, and they didn't remaster. They remastered the ones that were good, and they had a big campaign for PlayStation's generations for Crash and Spyro, so pretty dope. Hack and Slash, JayTech. Sony could easily outsource PlayStation All-Stars to a talented studio. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U/3DS wasn't developed by Nintendo, and it's a great game. Bandai Namco developed it. Okay, there you go. They have a good relationship with Bandai Namco, but we're hearing some rumors, take it with a big grain of salt, that they're in talks to acquire Arc System Works, which worked on Dragon Ball FighterZ and Guilty Gear and a lot of other great fighting games like the Persona fighting game. So I could see shit like that happening. They would have to outsource it because that's what they did with the original one. They made a studio called Superbot, made up of multiple legendary fighting veterans. And again, the core value of PlayStation All-Stars when it came to combat was crazy. Gotta remember, you got a character like Ratchet and Clank that has a shitload of weapons, does have some melee abilities, but then you got fucking Kratos from God of War. Like, you have everybody in a game, and yeah, some people are better than others, but you can max out certain characters and learn everything. You could really just beast on anybody with your favorite character if you learn them and you know what they're about. The fact that they made sure Kratos had his real moveset from God of War 1, 2, and 3, that was fucking crazy. Like, you could push the same buttons that you pushed in God of War, and you would do the same fucking attacks. Like, it was unheard of. So, I believe they need to take another chance. They seem to like money, and they seem to be wanting to go the route of online games and multiplayer games and games as a service and making money over time on one IP. You like copying off of people? You want to follow what Xbox is doing with Game Pass? Well, follow what Nintendo is doing with one of their most popular fucking franchises. And you will kick Nintendo's ass if you add the characters. This is one thing that we always talk about with PlayStation All-Stars. There were some characters missing that you didn't have a relationship with those IP holders, but there were other characters that you had the IP for and you didn't add. Again, that's also tricky. Voice acting. I saw that a lot of people were kind of bent out of shape with the voice acting. That they're like at the time the original voice actor for Parappa the Rapper didn't, you know, and who they would have to pay. At this point in time, with the money that they got and the capital and the relationships that they got, they should fucking just do it. Pay off in the end, trust me. And you got this Evo shit now. I mean, all signs are pointing to do it. All signs are pointing to you got what you need right now. You need to do it. You know, never gonna be a better time. So since we're off of that real quick, just a little bit of information right here. No, we're not gonna cover that info. Okay. I was gonna cover some information, but big shout out to my boy Sick Humor for asking these questions. Now I had already went to the website and I didn't fucking see shit. Anybody can register IP or a domain name, and then you know the company would have to get it. Yeah, it's crazy. But let me see what Isaiah Evans is saying. You're right about that. Okay. So we can report on the news. It seems as of right now that if you are to search or put in your IP bar ghostofikushima.com, it will take you to the PS4 page. I want to show you guys that real quick. So it looks like we definitely have a red alert. I mean, you have to register your IP before you're about to put it out or even allow people to pre-order it. You know, you have to. So this is something good for gamers. Sometimes it's bad because there's no surprises. You know, it's like you register an IP and hope that people are not already on to you about what you're about to do, so it's not leaked out that you're about to do something that they don't want you to know that they're about to do. So who knows how many other IPs they have registered, but nobody has caught on to it. So it's a sacrificial lamb. We're looking in the direction that goes to Tsushima, and they could be filing copyrights and trademarks for so many different things we don't even fucking know. So one game was gonna have to get caught so the other ones can still be a surprise. So here you go. Click on Ghost of Tsushima. It takes you to PlayStation.com, PS4 games. That's what it's taking you to. This is what they're showing off. Games that are available on PS. I don't believe they're going to be featuring any Ghost of Tsushima on this page, but they might. Yeah, there it is. Ghost of Tsushima is right there. I'm just looking at these characters. Let me see. I will say, and this is really funny, they never added anything related to Gran Turismo and PlayStation All-Stars. Not a single thing. Wipeout was added as a part of the Heavenly Sword level, which was pretty dope. Saw the vehicles flying past, injuring you. Yeah, that was pretty dope. Sir Daniel was on that bitch too. He was a fucking troll. Looking. Yeah. It's a nice little page here. Is there like a... If I push this over to PS5, will it show me PS5 game? Oh, it's an error. Copyright. What's the hardware? Okay, PS5. Games you want. What they got? Games you want. Spider-Man, Horizon, Ratchet and Clank, Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo 7 builds on 22 years of experience to bring you the best features from the history of the franchise. Eternal Sackboy, Demon Souls, Destruction All Stars, and some sports. Not much here. I see they're talking about Hogwarts, which got fucking delayed to next year, so that was weird. Then they're talking about their third-party partners, not available on other consoles for a limited time. Also available on PC: Godfall, Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, Project Athena, Final Fantasy 16, and then more PS5. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs, right? So yeah, the classic shit. Definitely everything on this list we know about. Everything on the list we've gotten gameplay for, except for I would say Gran Turismo. But well, he did a newer one. I'm actually excited though. If Gran Turismo is getting pushed back to next year, hopefully it's not holiday, we might be able to get a new look at that game this year. I know we're all talking about God of War, but I'm interested to see what they're planning on doing with Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo. That's just good. So there is something to the rumors of Ghost of Tsushima. Obviously, it's in development. It's just the proof of, hey, do we got visual proof? And it looks like we got a little bit of visual proof. That's a test. What is this? What the fuck is that? Of Unreal Engine 5, beautiful engine, definitely much faster to work with, or to the team in terms of aiming. Wonder if the machines can zoom in effectively. It has. Let's hope further optimization can be done. You know, I want to believe, man. I want to believe. So I'm looking at this. One of the dudes I know, Audi, I'm looking at Unreal Engine 5. Seems like he's been doing some tests. He's walking through a house and shit. Like, nice little condo, going to bedrooms, and it just looks so real. Like, I want y'all to see it.
I can see.
Y'all to see it. Y'all gotta see what I see. Hold on, let me go share the screen. It just looks so real, man. So I was about to say, maybe I can believe that Hassan guy from Blue Box is a computer generated character, and just maybe it's possible. But I've saw the graphics of the character models, and they do look very, very good and very lifelike, but not to that level. Again, but
you also gotta realize, Jay. Kojima made Death Stranding character look good, and that's on the Decima engine.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, bro, maybe they've made more advancements in the Decima engine that we don't know that could rival the realism of the Unreal Engine 5. Because the Unreal Engine 4 is a great engine. I love the engine, but everybody that uses that engine is not required to make their game good. So it's just kind of like Unreal Engine 3. Like, there was some good people using it, and then other people, they had the logo on their game, and their game looked like and ran like shit. So it really all depends on who's using that technology. When with the Decima engine, we've only seen it used by the highest quality of studios. Kojima, Gorilla, like I don't. That's a question Adi is asking on Twitter. Is how many people are actually gonna pull this power out of the Unreal Engine 5? Like,
Only a few.
I know, right? Because the better the graphics, the shorter the game, obviously. Especially if it's looking like this. I tell you one thing, some of those walking simulators will look really good. I might actually get one if it's used on Unreal Engine 5. Like, they're gonna look really good. What's going on, Ice Queen, Rallo God? Let me get the shout outs out the way real quick. You haven't seen anything crazy online today. I know it's a Monday, it's always gonna be. I have successfully muted everything related to Game Pass today, so I won't be seeing any people advertising that shit on my timeline. I'm not even fucking around no more, man. I do not care about that.
You don't want Phil Spencer to tell you how good Game Pass is, bro?
I mean, getting a bunch of games at no additional price after you pay $9.99 a month, or you pay $1 for 3 months. Like, I know what the service is. I know what it is, but I have a service similar to that, and I'm not using it. So why the fuck would I sign up for yours? What's this? Oh, what the motherfucking do? True Witty? A Dungeons and Dragons movie is in development. Michelle Rodriguez is gonna be in there. Chris Pine and Benedict Cumberbatch is gonna be in there. That's actually a good cast.
Hey, that's a good cast. Yeah. For sure.
If only the game was that good, you know? God damn, bro.
Let's hope the script is good.
Yeah, let's hope the script is good, bro. The script gotta be good if you got some high profile actors like that. Chris Pines is pretty up there. So did you see the Resident Evil Netflix show? Is like there's one dude in the promotional picture for all the actors and stuff, and then there's like 5 chicks. So like that's gonna be like a pandering Resident Evil. I will peek in to see if it's good or not, but you know, I was not that big of a fan of the movies, even though I watched the movies more than I played the games. I hope they can do good.
There's 5 chicks in one dude.
Man, the movies are nothing like the games, man. Like, I swear.
I know, man.
Like, the movies are like straight up action flicks. Like, fuck out of here.
They did too much with it, man. I think that they should step the fuck back.
I don't even care about that franchise, but I did watch those movies, though. I think I've seen all of them, actually.
So, I want to remind everybody, we will definitely be covering the WitcherCon, which is going to be on July 9th, 2021. That's next weekend.
WitcherCon.
Yeah, they're only going to talk about Witcher.
Boy, it's just stupid that you have a convention based off of one game. That's stupid.
I guess it's going to have something to do with the series, too, probably.
Yeah, it's going to have something to do with The Witcher 3, which everybody loves, and something to do with basically, it's obviously, you know, conventions are fan fest. So it's a fan fest because fans love Witcher 3 and fans love Netflix Witcher. So
Yeah, they're both pretty good. I enjoy them both.
So that's what they're gonna be talking about. I hope they can give us a visual on Witcher 3 enhanced edition for PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Exactly.
They're
With
not.
DualSense support. With DualSense support and another DLC. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I could see them letting us down.
I doubt it. They're still trying to fix that damn
Cyberpunk.
That's the thing.
I know, man.
You
That's
shouldn't even have a convention on anything besides a update convention on fucking Cyberpunk. Like, let us know what's going on with that. I don't need to be reminded how great The Witcher is. We know it's great. You shouldn't sully your fucking hands with that game at the same time you're dealing with what's going on with Cyberpunk, bro.
Exactly. Like, I swear
But it's their bread and butter, bro. It's their bread and butter. I hope that they're gonna find a nice, sleazy, fucked up way to try to get some money out of the people. Because other than that, you're just showing us how great the game is, even though we already know how great it is. They're losing a lot of money on the Cyberpunk bullshit.
You want to know the secret, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see when a game is hyped in the sales, right? I'm gonna give you an example of what CD Projekt Red is doing. They're doing exactly what Rockstar did with Red Dead Redemption and GTA, right? So remember when Red Dead Redemption came out, it sold a shit ton, right?
Yeah.
But the multiplayer was trash. And what did they do? They went right back to GTA Online.
Yes,
that's exactly what's happening here. The Cyberpunk fucking dropped off. It's not hype as it once was. So they're going back to the bread and butter so they can, regenerate positivity around the name of their studio. That's exactly what's happening.
Oh my god. Spartan God. Yo, what if they did this shit though? Oh man, I wouldn't put it past them. Since that is their ideal, that's their bread
The Witcher
and butter.
3 Wild Hunt is 6 years old. Its initial release date was 2015.
Okay, so the Witcher is 6 years old, bro. Like, how can you make money off of a 6-year-old game? Whatever they're about to try to do, it would be nice if Witcher had a multiplayer.
A multiplayer game, bro.
Yeah, so they can make money out.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say.
What?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna introduce a multiplayer element?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Cyberpunk didn't do well in this, and they don't have a multiplayer ready like that. So why the fuck not put in a Witcher?
Yeah,
that's a perfect idea. But you know how bad that looks, though. The optics of that. Oh, we promised multiplayer in Cyberpunk. We promised this in Cyberpunk. Oh, well, you don't like Cyberpunk. We're gonna switch it over to a Witcher. It's kind of fucked up for the people that are big fans of Cyberpunk. That's all I'm saying. The optics of it looks fucked up.
But they don't really care about that too much anymore. They've already dug themselves a hole. So now
they're like, fuck that shit.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Hey, bro.
Care. They just want the money.
Whoever been capping for Cyberpunk, y'all need to understand. Y'all need to go back to capping for Witcher. That's what the company is about to do. As of next weekend, they're switching everything back over to Witcher.
I'm being surprised. Well, they did say they was making a Witcher 4. They did. I'm being surprised if we got a little teaser or actually shown.
They better not.
Not a new Witcher game.
But they do it though. No, like
not yet. Not yet.
But imagine you do it.
They're still working on the remaster, fixing Cyberpunk. I don't see them being able to start on having anything to show you for a new Witcher game.
Sure.
Unless it's the CGI trailer or something like that.
That's exactly what I could see.
But that ain't
all they can do concept art.
Halo had a CGI trailer that 343 didn't even know existed when they showed it off. So I mean, and they weren't even. So that's not even gameplay, or it doesn't come. A lot of these CGI trailers aren't even made by the studio that's creating the game. So
if they fucking developers didn't know that trailer existed and they didn't make it, how much do you think CD Projekt Red can't do it? I literally.
No, they can, but I mean, who cares about a CGI trailer?
That's
really.
Like for example, God of War.
Other than Xbox fans.
Do you remember when the God of War was first like kind of teased when it's leaked when they did the new area with Norse mythology? They could do something like that. Gerald in the new area. or like a character from The Witcher in a new area, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know that character. That's from such and such. They could do that. And then again, how would that look? Like Jay said, your newest game came out literally in November? When Cyberpunk came out?
Yeah, November.
Right?
Yeah.
December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That is 8 months. Your game is broken.
No, it came out in December.
Oh, December, all right. So that's 7 months.
Oh shit! Yeah, they started delayed again.
There you go. The current gen version, PS5 and Xbox Series X, I can see that shit getting delayed.
The current gen version of what?
Cyberpunk, like
they don't have a date for it, so how can they delay it? There's no date.
That's all I'm saying. Because they just say next year.
They said this year. Fall next year still.
Fall of next year. That's a window. I think they're gonna delay that shit.
That shit won't be ready.
Delay. Wait up. What are you saying is about to get delayed?
So like the PS5 and Xbox Series X version of Cyberpunk was supposed to come out fall of this year, right? Holiday or fall, because that's what they said, right? I have a feeling that game probably will not come out. The versions will not come out because they're still trying to fix the PS4 and Xbox versions. So if they can't get that shit working, it's been 7 months. Well, they could work on the next game.
The thing is, that game is not going to run much better on current gen consoles. It is what it is at this point.
It's not, and I think so because think about it. They already got 60 frames per second modes on the systems, and they work perfectly fine. But that game is just broken on the base.
Okay, so let me get something. Let me get this all straight. They're going to ignore Cyberpunk, which they just begged Sony to put back on their store. Release an update around that same time. Say everything is fine or everything is better. Then pivot to Witcher and focus only on Witcher until fall of next year when they go back to fucking Cyberpunk.
I don't think
people love Witcher, but I don't know if they love it that much anymore after Cyberpunk. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
So they can't afford to do some dumb shit like that.
Yep, like Witcher is 6 years old, going on 7 years old. They got all the Game of the Year awards. Other games have came out in comparisons with visuals, even some story aspects. There are some better games out now than Witcher. I don't know if they want to tarnish the history with the bullshit that they've been doing with Cyberpunk. I wouldn't tell them to do it.
Do you think a game like, say, Ghost of Tsushima, do you think that's a better game, or do you think it's...
I mean, as far as like the visuals and what they did with the environment and the horse and all of that other stuff and the combat, yeah, it is a better game. But as far as the deep story that they told with The Witcher, even though I don't know a lot of it, I know that the story element is better because they had 2 existing games that most people didn't even get to experience. So when it comes to the story, I don't know how many games can account to that because you can't compare none of our new IPs because, again, they're new. They're just now telling a story. Witcher was continuing a story. It was a trilogy.
Right.
So
wasn't it based on a book or something?
Yeah, you can expect the trilogy to be good. If you can work all the way up to a 3rd installment of a game, you expect the story to be damn good.
Go back and play Witcher 2 on the 360 and tell me if that was a good game.
Oh no, I'm saying the story. I'm not talking about the game. I know I know how bad it looked. 1 and 2. Yeah.
I played Witcher 2, man, on 360, and I actually enjoyed that shit, bro.
That shit was trash.
It was trash.
I mean, we can definitely separate the story from everything else in the video game, but everything else in the video game was bad.
Like, whoa. I mean, maybe people got caught up in the story, but that gameplay was not good.
Now, hear me out, bro. This is why I kept telling Sam and Adam, this is the perfect. You want to go back to The Witcher and talk about The Witcher? And hear me out, everybody. I guarantee you they won't do it, even though I kept telling Sam they need to do it. Let's hope that they'll do it. You need to announce a remake of 1 and 2.
Well, it better.
You can't live off the success of the 3rd installment without acknowledging that you refuse to give out the 1st and 2nd installment to the people that love the 3rd installment.
That's a good idea.
You can't really play those games on the... I guess you can play them on the Xbox.
Yeah, you can play it on Xbox, which is part 2. On PC, you can play 1 and 2. But you saw 1 and 2.
I've never seen The Witcher Part 1. How does it look?
Oh
Horrible.
my god, it's horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible, bro.
I saw that shit last year. I was like, oh my god.
Whoa,
Like, what is this,
wait. But this studio is on the level of Naughty Dog?
They're on the level of Naughty Dog because they were talking about how good the story was, and then it had all these Game of the Years, and then they deduced those 2 accolades and say, hey, they're on the level of Naughty Dog.
But Naughty Dog's been making games so long.
I don't understand why people don't understand that shit. The first game people started capping for was a 3rd installment. You didn't play shit else from CD Projekt Red, and they're automatically better than Naughty Dog.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. The Witcher 1 was only on PC. The Witcher 2 was on Xbox and PC. The Witcher 3 was on PS4. And if you think about it, the game sold the best on PC, and after that it was PlayStation. So what are y'all really saying? How y'all
I'm just talking about the quality of the quality of the game.
The quality of the game got better on the 3rd installment.
I got some movie announcements that people are gonna really enjoy, and it also reminded me of a video game I can't wait to buy. The new Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom film it has started filming. Okay, we all
took long enough.
That's the new Aquaman movie. It's called Codename Necros.
Yo, how many of y'all want some pancakes, bro?
I don't. John Wick 4 has started production, and obviously, what is it? The Shazam movie has also started production, but you already know that the Black Adam. So it's a renaissance of great movies about to happen because everybody about to get back to work, and I'm just so fucking excited. The game that I want, that Ninja Turtles game. Who got info on that? I can't even pre-order, and I want to.
None coming
out.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like the old school
Ninja
Turtles
game. I got a question. You know, Battletoad when it launched, right? It didn't have. Since you're talking about Ninja Turtles, it's a similar type game. It only had couch co-op, right? And they said they were going to add the online co-op. Did they ever add that to the Battletoads?
Oh no, I just know everybody knew that shit was garbage. That's
what I'm saying is, how does a modern game launch without online? And they claim Xbox has the best multiplayer.
Bro,
how does that happen?
The best multiplayer for how long now? Bro,
they keep living in this fantasy world.
Hey, what Jay Barry always say, they in that incubator, man.
But see, this is one thing I wanted to point out to y'all. If I was to just go down the list of the multiplayer games that we got, right? You would probably see a shitload of games. Hold on.
PlayStation got quite a few multiplayer games. I don't know what they are talking about when they make these type of statements. Ghost of Tsushima, great multiplayer. Demon Souls got multiplayer. They make it seem like PlayStation just doesn't have any multiplayer.
That's the problem.
Yep, and then a lot of people else complaining about PlayStation not having multiplayer. They see Destruction All-Stars and they don't even play it. Like, what?
So tell me this: what great multiplayer game has Microsoft put out in the last few years, other than Gears?
Crickets.
Bleeding Ass. They put that out.
Bleeding Ass.
And it's dead. There were 6 people playing online when they just completely shut down any new content they were going to be adding to the game.
I guess Halo.
Okay, there we go.
I said, but I mean that's not been recent though.
So this is what I was going back. I played some games, from the past, the PS4, and I had noticed that exclusive multiplayer games from our original collection of first-party studios, we had more. And from our second-party studios, we have more. So House Marquee has... Yeah, we have more than Xbox One. First-party and second-party exclusives.
I think they're living in that 360 era still.
Yeah, but this is another thing. On the 360, PS3 had more multiplayers as well.
PlayStation 3 still had more
So it's
multiplayer.
basically it's a false narrative, is what you're saying.
It's a false
Listen,
narrative.
It's a false narrative. So with the freaking media and Xbox, they're trying to make Sony look like they don't support multiplayer, which is not
Because
true.
they say Sony's only one and done games, you know.
Okay, let me okay, so let me point this one out, right? Okay. Bloodborne has competitive and co-op multiplayer.
That's correct.
Okay, keep these numbers. Okay, somebody keep the numbers. That's one.
That's one.
King of Fighters 14. That has competitive.
That's not on Xbox. So
not on Xbox. That's the second one, right?
Okay.
Okay. The Last of Us Remastered multiplayer.
Multiplayer, that's big. That's big.
Okay.
That's big. So that's 3.
Little Big Planet 3 multiplayer.
Okay.
That's also very big. It has a big community.
Fighting EX Layer was not released on Xbox. That's another multiplayer game. Wipeout HD Collection has 3 games with multiplayer in it, so that's 3 fucking separate multiplayer games in one.
All right.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Killzone Shadowfall, Drive Club.
10, 11.
Fat Princess Adventures 4-player online co-op.
That's 5. I mean, 12, 13. Sorry.
Okay. Uncharted 4 co-op and competitive multiplayer.
All right.
13.
Okay. Did I already put Resogun co-op online co-op?
Nope.
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Resogun has 2-player online co-op.
Okay. Cool.
Ghost of Tsushima Legends 4-player online co-op.
Yep.
All right.
Gran Turismo Sport. Yeah, I was about to say that. Gran Turismo Sport. And recently, which I forgot about, Everybody's Golf, which adds a little twist on it. It has online competitive mode and co-op, and you have like a hub world where you can run around like an open golf course and shit, and it's pretty dope. But it also has a pro enhancement that allows you to play in 4K or 60 frames per second. So this game already had a 60 frames per second mode before PS5 came out. So I just want to add that in there. So Everybody's Golf is another competitive and obviously co-op multiplayer game. Guilty Gear, 3 different Guilty Gears released on the PS4.
What about Street Fighter 5? What about Street Fighter 5?
I'm getting to it. Street Fighter 5 is one of them.
Damn, I can't keep track of this, Jay. I think I lost track.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
It's a false narrative.
It's a false narrative.
Okay, well, what multiplayer games do they have other than Gears, Halo, and Forza? They got Bleeding Edge and what's that game? Grounded. Even though it's not complete, even though it's unfinished.
They got Sea of Thieves. What's that other one? Dead. What's it called? That zombie thing.
Dead Rising. Dead Rising.
No.
No, not Dead Rising.
The one with the horrible graphics and glitches.
That's a lot.
Made by the new acquired studio. Made by a new acquired studio.
I don't fuck.
It
got Dead in it?
I know what it is, though.
Oh, sorry. We gotta add some more. NX Machina did not have online multiplayer, but it had couch co-op.
State of
Decay. That's it. Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. So let me add some more multiplayer games.
Damn, it took that long to figure out.
So you was talking about Dead, right? So we have a game called Dead Nation, which has 2-player online co-op.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What about the Predator? Even though it's not
Predator, yes, Predator. You can add that in there. Now I want to add this game in there too because it's not on Xbox, right? It's only on PC, and that's Genshin Impact, which is an online multiplayer.
It's not on Xbox.
No.
Wait, what?
They have no plans of bringing that to Xbox. Remember, that's a Chinese game. They are not bringing it to Xbox.
So I know some of these companies. All these companies aren't signing deals to keep their games.
You saying the Chinese may not bring their games to Xbox?
It's not made. That game was made in China for cell phones first, went to PC, got started on the development for the PS4, now has a PS5 patch. The next console they're bringing it to is Switch. They have no plans. This is their statement, not mine. They have no plans to bring this game to Xbox.
So are these?
You remember, if they bring this game to Xbox, they would have to develop a server for the Xbox. What's the point of bringing a free-to-play online high-quality multiplayer game to Xbox if you're not even gonna fucking use the game? So they will be paying for server space and know that nobody over there would use it. So it makes sense that they're not bringing it over there.
Are these companies just all these? There's no way all these companies have signed deals with PlayStation, the exclusivity deals. Do they just not care about putting their game on Xbox?
I mean, it's not that they just don't care out of the sake of being mean. They just don't care because there's nobody over there that will buy it. Oh, hold on. I want to add another game. Like who?
I don't see a profit there.
Okay.
And that's
who was keeping track of how many multiplayer games? Because I hope you was actually keeping track. And what's the number?
Over 20. It's over 20.
Okay, well, you got to add Virtual Fighter 5.
Okay.
Oh shoot! Yes, Virtual Fighter.
That's not on Xbox.
Damn.
I also want to add. Hold on. I think I got another one, bro. This one about to be crazy because we got so many fucking games. Fire Pro Wrestling World.
According to Wikipedia, Fire Pro Wrestling World is a professional wrestling video game published by Spike Chunsoft.
Okay, there we go. We got another one. Fire Pro Wrestling World online multiplayer. The game is only released on PS4 and PC. Okay, and then we got another one, I think. Disc Jam video game.
But honestly, Jay, I think what they're truly talking about is
a video game for the PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, and Nintendo Switch.
Okay, here we go. Another one. Disc Jam. Disc Jam was only released on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It skipped Xbox. It's a very American game. I will play it for you right now if you don't know what Disc Jam is. It's very competitive.
Yeah, but Jay, I think these Xbox niggas, they're talking about first party.
Well, we named a shitload of first party games that they own the IPs for.
Right.
So their narrative still okay. Let me put it this way: what are their 5 most popular multiplayer games on Xbox that they've played? And Forza and Gears and Halo, right?
No.
Minecraft. They don't play that shit. What? Fuck out of here. That's multiplayer. I would give them Minecraft, but yeah, I'm talking about first party only available on Xbox and give it to PC also.
Forza Horizon and Gears.
There you go, 3.
What about Gears Pop? Is that on Xbox?
My thing is,
Gears Pop shut down.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Gears Pop shut down, and I don't know what's up with Gears Tactics, but it's out there.
Gears Pop was fun as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I don't know.
You sure?
I told you, bro. They don't like good games.
I'm not trolling or nothing. That shit was fun. I ain't gonna hold you.
I heard the thing. The thing is, I heard the same thing. What I'm saying is they don't like good games.
So let me go swing back around to Disc Jam. Disc Jam, it seems like it was made with the Unreal Engine. It's on Switch. It's on PC. It's on PlayStation. It's a very Americanized game, right? It's basically what is it? It's Disc Jam. So it's Frisbee. It's like a Frisbee game. It's kind of like Frisbee with tennis. So you're going back and forth with the little Frisbee thing.
PlanetSide 2? Oh, PlanetSide 2 is not on Xbox?
What's it called? Which one? Which one?
PlanetSide 2.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, that's not.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Cause that was, yeah, that's another one.
So I just want to let everybody know, if you wanted to like say, hey, the reason why that game's not on Xbox because it's like Japanese. This one doesn't make sense. This one is like on Switch, PC, and PlayStation. Very Americanized game using the Unreal Engine 4, and I still don't understand why this one is not on Xbox. But the research, it's called Disc Jam.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I don't really know it.
It was
on there.
It stemmed from an original game called Disc Jammers or something like that. It was like on Sega Genesis. So they made a spiritual successor, and this one looks way better. They actually re-released Disc Jammers or Disc something, and they re-released it on PS4. And I don't know if it went to Switch or anything else, but I just wanted to let people know about that. There's probably some other ones, but if I was just looking through, and these are the games that are actually on my PS4 hard drive, so I actually have access to that. So if we just gonna go with first party, and we go above a number than 3 games that Spartan said, we got Bloodborne, Last of Us Part. Yeah, you said Gears, Halo, and Forza, right? First party games, multiplayer, right? Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Bloodborne, Uncharted 4, Last of Us Remastered multiplayer, Little Big Planet 3 multiplayer, Wipeout HD multiplayer. We can't talk about Drive Club, but we will replace that with Gran Turismo Sport multiplayer. Fat Princess Adventures Online 4-player co-op online is still there. Let me see what else we got. We will talk about Ghost of Tsushima Legends 4-player online co-op multiplayer. What else we got? Everybody's Golf. These are all first-party IPs. They own the IPs. They own the game. That's Everybody's Golf. That's also online multiplayer. That's above 5 right now. We can't really count it, but we will count it. Every Guilty Gear game that was released on PS4 all the way now to PS5, which I believe it was 4 in total. We don't know what's up with Street Fighter 5, but we account it also. Online multiplayer. It's not first party, by the way. Those 2 are not first party. This third one is not first party. Virtua Fighter 5, but it's only on PlayStation 4. Don't have to count it if you don't want to. And like I said, Fire Pro Wrestling is also only available on PC. Other than that, it's only on PS4 for some reason. So, just multiplayer in general, we got more. And if you were just like looking at my library, I got more multiplayer games than most Xbox fans. I might not play them, but I do have them. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty World War II multiplayer, Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Fuck, I got Tekken 7 multiplayer. Like, bro, I could embarrass any Xbox fan right now.
Destruction All-Stars?
Oh, damn! The fuck? Sorry, I forgot about that.
We don't mention that.
It is.
Well, I got the platinum for it, so we gotta mention it. Destruction All Stars. Destruction All Stars.
That game, bro. That shit was ass cheeks, bro.
Yeah, the narrative that they got more multiplayer games is just false.
It's not ass cheeks. The game is decent. It's not bad.
Okay, let me get this super chat out the way.
On the deadlocks, bro. Like that shit was whack.
Andrew Wilkins with the $5 super chat. PS4 had more exclusives on their console each year starting in 2014. The narrative of Xbox One having more games at the beginning is bullshit. If you start at the year of 2014, you're right. We did start picking up a lot of games, but they didn't have a lot of first party games
on the Xbox.
The one first party game was not complete, and that was Killer Instinct. You started with one character, and you had to buy every other character that was released.
Yeah, it was some bull.
Yeah,
they've been on some bullshit since the beginning.
They had one Halo game, but it was a cell phone Halo game.
Bullshit game.
Yeah,
that was a bullshit game.
When did Master Chief Collection come out? Even though you couldn't play it for
2014.
2014.
For like 5 years. When did they actually make that game actually playable?
When it came to PC.
Yeah, and that was just like what, 2 years ago, maybe a year ago.
I'm sorry, I had to say it. Last year, technically, when it came to PC, keyboard and mouse.
That's crazy. It took them that long to fix that.
Oh, game. By the way, I want to just dive into this game.
Exactly, but look.
No. It didn't take that long, bro.
It takes that long to fix that. But how the hell are they gonna fix this game? Halo Infinite.
No, that's the thing. Y'all keep missing it. They did not. Master Chief Collection was only a stop filler because they didn't have nothing really in 2014, like the end.
They just repackaged a bunch of old games.
They repackaged it and they redid them for the Xbox, which they did a remaster, which they did an excellent job. It looked good, better than the original, right? The thing was, they didn't continue working on the game. They told you they did. But notice, Halo 5 came out the next year. You didn't hear shit about Master Chief Collection because they stopped working on it because they thought everybody was going to forget. But niggas did not forget. That's the thing. But so when niggas started talking about it, like, okay, now we got to go back and actually do it. Notice, when it came to PC, I had no problems. Notice that,
That's
and
true.
it still doesn't work really, really good on Xbox, but on PC it's perfect. Keyboard of full keyboard and mouse and everything.
Listen, they
Hey, I'm gonna
already
be
said
right
they
back, but
made-
y'all, I want to count one game that went to Xbox last year, but we will count it, and that will be Tetris Effect. Before it went to Xbox, it was only on PlayStation. Then it went to PC not too long after, but the game had multiplayer. So when this game was exclusive to PlayStation, it was a multiplayer only game. As you can see, they have a globe. All those lights are people that play the game or playing the game right now. You see other people floating around the globe. It's a pretty dope ass game. It has online multiplayer. You do have leaderboards. You do level up. Again, the narrative that they have or had or currently have more first party multiplayer games is false. It was false in PS3's generation. It was false in the PS4 generation.
Oh, it was definitely false.
Yeah, PlayStation was almost every game they pumped out on PS3 had multiplayer attached.
But yeah, that's true.
And we had competitive shooters too. Resistance, Killzone, Warhawk, Starhawk, Uncharted. Like, come on, bro. We had games that, bro, it's not even funny, man.
Sony, I told y'all niggas, Sony got the most multiplayer games out of every console manufacturer ever in history.
You know.
So I love when people say, hey, they don't got multiplayer. Well, we don't got no multiplayer. You do. You really do.
Nigga, MotorStorm had online.
There you go. That's another one.
Forza Horizon. So stop.
Yeah, before Forza Horizon, there was fucking MotorStorm. 1, Pacific Rift, and Apocalypse. Pacific Rift was the best.
And I know they don't own the franchise, but remember, when Need for Speed was exclusive to PlayStation, that shit had online too on PS2. Remember the old WWE games had online back on PS2. Remember
Oh, yeah.
WWE?
Yeah.
So Killzone. People forgot about Killzone.
Killzone had multiplayer when it started, bro. SOCOM on the PS2.
Yeah, fuck, why did I fucking not say SOCOM? SOCOM.
Like, you want
Mag?
Yeah, Mag.
Like,
Dust 514.
Mad had.
Bro, you want to know the biggest MMO that we had on consoles that had multiplayer?
Right, Final Fantasy.
No, not that one.
No.
PlayStation Home. PlayStation Home was a multiplayer game. It was an MMO. Massively multiplayer game, bro. And inside of it had multiple smaller games that all had individual leaderboards.
Yep, it was a massive multiplayer Sims game, pretty much.
People just really, I love that people shit on PlayStation just to shit on them, but if you really dive deep, man, you
what happened?
Jay,
yeah,
Free Realms games came back.
Free Realms. Can't forget about that in Final Fantasy. Oh, hold on, Final Fantasy 14 as well as DC Universe Online before it went multi-plat.
Yep, Warframe was PS5, PlayStation only too, wasn't it at first?
Yes, in the beginning, yes, it was.
At first, yes.
At first, yeah.
Sony didn't buy it, so niggas went multiplayer. That's literally why.
We just had too many fuck.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
The reason Warframe is multiplayer because Sony didn't buy it.
But they could have.
They were going to buy it though, but someone else bought it.
PlayStation 3 carnivored their own games though.
Yo, I want to ask y'all something. Imagine all the games we listed, right? What if all of them came back?
I think people will be begging for Game Pass because they won't have enough money to keep up with all these multiplayer games.
Imagine if all those games came back and it was in a PlayStation Instant Game Collection on Plus. Imagine that.
Oh, bro. I don't think people ready for that conversation because the competitive games we got.
You know what they could do though if they were all to come back, all those multiplayer from the PS3 generation, they would have to outsource them, contract them out.
Mm-hmm.
And it could work. It could work, but
I'll be back, yo.
They would have to make those multiplayer games for PS4 and as well as PS5.
Yeah. True.
Yo, Jay
so
have that freaking thing up, bro.
how do you
Yo.
guys feel about Phil kind of saying they want to be strategic about when they drop Halo this holiday?
Basically, what he's trying to say is that we're afraid of Battlefield and Call of Duty.
But wait a minute, I thought Halo was the biggest thing ever.
Oh, back
not
in the
say
day,
2008 no more, man.
back in the day, it ain't the biggest thing anymore. I keep telling these Xbox things, bro. Y'all need to allow 343 to evolve and do and make a better Halo, but they don't want that. So they're gonna always be afraid of Call of Duty and
They don't even want
always
sprint. They
starting
don't
them in the ground.
Yo, they
They
couldn't get a
don't even
remaster right. So let's do this. Let's make a new engine, bring them open world, and fucking like how about we learn how to fucking crawl before we start fucking flying planes?
Bro, I'm trying to tell them, bro. I've said, bro, like Halo is not gonna do well because they are not trying to improve themselves.
They're like, oh, it's a $500 million project. And I'm like, yeah, but if they knew what they were doing, it would have been $150 million project.
even made a statement.
That's facts.
They made a statement that they want to make sure that the best experience for Halo is on PC. Why would you make that kind of statement when you make a console?
They'd rather have you on PC. They make more. They make $100. They don't have to do shit when you buy a PC. They send you a digital code, $100. Send you an email. Easiest money in the world.
Why have we not seen this game running on the Xbox?
Because you have to buy hardware and they don't have to do nothing. You get Windows, they send you a code, dude. You didn't get a disc no more. It costs like a half a cent, $100.
Yeah.
They don't even cost a cent.
No, they got that shit preloaded. It's free. It's printing money. That's why they have so much money, because they sell you nothing. Like they keep licensing you the same shit over and over. That's how they're. That's why they're $1 trillion company. They keep charging you for the same products.
Oh, what up, Nelson?
I don't know. I don't think Halo's the savior. I don't think it's gonna save Xbox. So I'll just say that.
Jay has a new subscriber. So I just saw a subscriber pop up on the screen. But yeah, Halo's not going. Huh? No, Halo's not going to save it. They need more than what they have, bro. They need to improve. Freaking they want Master Chief so badly, but the thing is, right? They should have improved on every other character, bro. Like that's what Halo 5 was supposed to do. I don't know why they didn't do it right, but the fact of the matter is, they could have improved on other characters to make the whole story better. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't just rely on Master Chief. That Master Chief is boring as shit. I'm sorry, the nigga's boring. He's dull. He doesn't have any
personality at all.
He has the personality of a freaking apple, nigga. He's dull.
Yeah, they make it to where Cortana is like his personality, right? Kind of.
Exactly. A computer.
Let me get the super chat real quick. Andrew Wilkins with a $5 super chat. Halo Incomplete ain't ready. I've been saying it. It's not releasing in 2021. People act like they forgot it was supposed to drop in 2019 as an Xbox One game. It's true.
It was. They pushed it back.
Yeah, they pushed it back, and this is the thing.
I didn't know that.
When I was messing around on the
2019.
Yeah, but when I was messing around on the the Xbox Microsoft site yesterday, when you go to the page and they're hyping up Game Pass, they're hyping up every month or every couple months that there's a major game, right? Okay, when you get all the way to the holiday season, they just say Halo Holiday. Like they don't have a date. Like Phil Spencer said, they're pussyfooting around 3 and 4 weeks.
Bungie don't want to touch that game no more, bro. Bungie said, "Fuck you. We want to make something new, and y'all didn't want us to do it, nigga. Then fuck you, fuck you to Microsoft."
This has to work. It's got to last 10 years.
I mean, they spent $500 million.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? This is what's gonna haunt Microsoft for a long time. They let Bungie go, and now Bungie's game is better than Halo.
They didn't let Bungie go. Bungie demanded to go.
They spent more money.
No. No, you missed what I'm saying. I still say they let Bungie go. You want to know why? Because they forced Bungie to do something that Bungie didn't want to do, and Bungie said, you know, we're fucking leaving.
Yeah, that's why fucking Fable got canceled too.
You know, did you guys realize that Sony spent less money on the Insomniac's whole studio than Microsoft is spending on this freaking Halo?
Yo, that's
you know why
fact.
that is?
That's
you know why that is? Sony buys for talent, and Xbox buys for IP, and IP is expensive.
Yo,
well, Microsoft didn't.
It's not even that.
You think ZeniMax is worth $7.5 billion? Like less than $2 billion. It's the IP.
They're not worth half that. The thing is, Microsoft doesn't know.
Yo, without the names, just like Doom and fucking Elder Scrolls, all that shit. Just like the studios, if they didn't have those IPs, they'd be a fucking $1.5 billion. IPs are. They're worth a lot like Star Wars.
Are they as valuable as they used to be?
But not just the IPs.
No, they're still valuable. Elder Scrolls and Fallout and Doom and Quake and Wolf. I mean,
but Nelson, not just the IPs, bro. You got to remember they also have a shit ton of studios under ZeniMax, so it's that too. It's a high number.
I know, but do you think they're worth 50 times more than a fucking Insomniac?
Nah,
it's the IP. It's the IP, dude. That's Insomniac came with no IP.
Exactly, and that's what. Yeah, exactly. That's what people are not understanding about the Insomniac deal. If Sony did not own Resistance, Ratchet and Clank, and Spider-Man already, yeah, I was about to say Spider-Man. If they didn't own those three already, then they would have cost a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
The one that they didn't own was Sunset Overdrive. But once you brought them, because they already owned their own IP and you acquired them, you had the IP by default. That's why they re-registered underneath their own name. So, yeah, bro.
Spyro got sold to...
How many IPs does Bethesda have in total? People need to understand, like, that's a lot of IPs you had to buy, bro. Because you didn't own any of them. So you had to put up a shitload of money. It was just... people will say that's a smart investment. It's not. It's not. Because those games would have been on your platform anyway. Every last one of their games was multi-plat. It was always on Xbox.
But a lot of the new releases were not doing well.
Huh?
Yep, and most of those IPs...
the new releases weren't good. Yeah.
They were going to get those games anyways. They're always going to get those games.
They just paid to keep them off PlayStation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Actually, they had to buy them because Amazon was looking at them at Google, and let me tell you, Stadia is about 7 years ahead technology.
Let me tell you something. Stadia's done.
I know, but if they would have got Bethesda, they would have had games.
Listen. Stadia could not buy. Stadia could not buy Bethesda.
Google couldn't afford them.
I'm not. No, Google.
We're not saying Stadia, bro. Google, bro. Google would have been able to buy
all their first party go. They let all their first party go.
Yeah,
they weren't
because they didn't get them.
First party.
Yeah. Hey, Truity. Hold on, bro. All he's saying, Truity, he's not trying to be hostile. He's trying to say that before
if they had content.
Yeah, if they had content and before they kind of like melted away. Yes, Google has more money than fucking Bethesda. They would have brought them outright. We're talking about Google and Amazon, which has more money than fucking Microsoft.
They did say the Bethesda acquisition.
What's going on?
They don't have good services. That's true. They don't have a good plan when it comes to producing a home console. That's definitely true. But they definitely have. Hey, nothing. We're just talking about gaming.
I'm just saying, people that have used Stadia, you can play it like 1440p, 60 FPS with ray tracing, and the cloud, you're just 720p, 60 or whatever, and its latency is fuck, and there's almost no latency with Google. They're fucking. So if they would have got content,
I heard what he said.
If they,
DJ, you sound like
drowning?
Bro, we can't hear you.
Yo, man, you sound like you're in a submarine, bro.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not in that
No,
subnautical world, bro?
no. What I say? Google can buy Microsoft twice.
Yeah, we know.
So
they would have been able to buy Bethesda, no problem.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Google have the money, but the problem is they don't have the management.
There you go.
You get what I'm saying? Just like Microsoft right now, they're gonna be folded just by management.
The fact of the matter is, ZeniMax wouldn't sell to Google anyways, because they don't.
You don't know that. You don't know if Google want to buy it.
Amazon and Google were looking at them.
Yeah, a lot of people was looking at Bethesda, bro. A lot of people was looking at Bethesda.
But True Woody, if you have money, you can buy anything, even something that's not being sold.
That's not true. I was believing that same shit too, but that's not true.
That's why it is true so much though, is because they were all going after him. Who's willing to take the biggest hit on that?
DJ got some point to what he was saying, because remember, Ninja Theory was gonna PlayStation wanted to acquire them, but they went to Microsoft instead. Like, that was some dirty shit, bro. I mean, I'm just saying obviously
to be quite fair,
you know why? You know why Ninja Theory sold to Microsoft?
Ninja Theory and Sony has issues back in the day.
They didn't really promote their games.
They needed funding.
None of their games made money.
Maybe it was deeper than what I think, but okay, makes sense.
But what the problem is, at the time, Microsoft was on top.
They were on top because they had the console first, and they had the third party.
But I'm talking about why Ninja Theory went with Microsoft, because Microsoft was on top.
Sony didn't want to buy a studio that lost money. They lost money on every game they funded. Microsoft will take shit. They'll take anything.
Yeah. You know, I just had to jump in. I just had to jump in on that bull crap.
I'm just saying, with the technology that Stadia had, if they would have had exclusive content and it's a better service than Game Pass is done because they didn't have nothing.
Listen. What I wanted from Stadia is them to create a console. If they had created a console, Xbox would have been irrelevant.
They took a lazy approach to.
I'm gonna dish a dime on y'all right now, and I will go out on a limb and say it, because I know people that work with Google, that work for Google. Remember, you hear it here first. Sony and Google is not gonna go out of business, but Sony and Google is going in business. You hear it here first.
But they already signed a thing with the cloud with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Just like I said, you hear it here first.
So how do you get out of that contract?
As I said, you hear it here first. I ain't saying no more.
Okay. That would be great, because they'd already be 5 years ahead of them in technology.
And the thing first.
I mean, the thing with the Stadia is honestly like a generation or two ahead of its time. Like,
yeah,
at the minimum, like at least.
But their business model was crap.
Unless they're gonna come out of the contract with Microsoft.
No, their business model was not good. They were wanting you to. They wanted to show it. They wanted you to buy full price games on a cloud. They didn't have a monthly subscription service like Game Pass.
Right, they don't have a monthly subscription.
Yeah, anything they need.
You own your game, but you don't own your game.
But you cannot if you don't have a native console, people are not going to invest in full price games.
That's the downfall right there.
Yeah.
But you hear it here first. That's all I gotta say.
That would be crazy, but I know they signed that thing with the cloud. But it's like everyone, I've never used Stadia. Everyone that's used it says,
for the cloud. Unless they're gonna get out of that contract.
That cloud 720/30 runs like S, and it's Stadia, and it's got bad latency. And Stadia, you can run 1440 ray tracing, 60, almost no latency.
I mean, they have better technology than Xbox for sure.
Way better.
That's the problem. That's the problem, because I've used Stadia once. It was good.
So the question is,
why did Sony go to freaking Microsoft?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
Sell third-party games. I mean, you gotta have exclusive content to make your platform appealing. They didn't have it.
That's what I'm saying though. If
And they
Google
were
would have got them, they would have had more exclusive content than Xbox. They had.
I don't know if Sony's gonna be putting their game on mobile, but I heard some talk that Sony and them gonna be in business.
Mobile games. They already have some mobile
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna make smaller, like like Mario Run and shit like that with Uncharted and stuff.
So it could be something similar to that, but not like cloud based. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking cloud based. I'm just thinking like some of the games gonna be on the Android market.
It's not a bad. You know what the biggest purchase in history was for a publisher? Wasn't ZeniMax. Supercell, 8.5 billion, 180 people, or 340 people. Mobile games. Boom Beach and Clash of Clans.
Okay.
340 people, worth more than all of ZeniMax.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Phil said they're going after all
mobile.
billions of mobile gamers.
10-cent bottom.
That's a lot for a mobile game.
2,400 2,400 workers and 11 studios versus one studio, 340 people. That was worth more.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in mobile.
Yeah, because you can make a game for fucking 200 grand and make $2 million off of it a day.
People will spend microtransactions in those free-to-play games. They will spend money on microtransactions.
But Jeweled or whatever was making $4 million a day at one point. A fucking jelly bean game.
Yeah, I don't play phone games, but some people like it.
I deleted them all. It's stupid.
Hey man, everybody at one point was playing Candy Crush.
I watched my mom play a little bit. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Actually, DJ, I can guarantee you, I've never played that game.
I never played it.
No, I played it. I was addicted to it at one point.
I don't really care for those free-to-play type games.
I used to play phone games. But I just got out of it. It slowly died away from me. It really did. Because at some point I was like, oh god.
Did you spend a lot of money on microtransactions?
Hell no. I just play. What I play with phone games is those like free to play RPGs. Never touch micro.
I'll holler back at y'all in a minute.
All right, now.
Yep.
But yeah, true.
I play those free to play RPGs.
Try those damn
those Chemical games.
The fucking gotcha games and the fucking microtransactions and shit.
Nope. I play those Chemical games.
Can't do it.
I played those Chemical games. They're RPGs.
Yeah. Now I'll buy a classic like JRPG on my phone. The ones that don't have microtransactions. Just the port. The port.
Like KOTOR? That's like the only game I played on my phone.
I played Chemical games. They had RPGs and you can buy the game outright, or you can play it free with microtransactions, but you don't need to spend microtransactions. So that's what I did.
Right.
But I slowly just dropped away from those games altogether.
That's smart.
Waste of money.
Well, to be quite fair, I never spent any.
Well, yeah, but it's like you play for a half an hour or 5 minutes, then you gotta wait fucking 2 weeks to play again or pay.
No, that's not what this was. It's like basically what happens is if you want like potions and shit, like you have to spend money, but
it'll rebuild in a fucking month.
Potions can drop from enemies and stuff like that, but they can drop from enemies, but it's like very rare. But I don't know, my luck was that good, I guess, because that potion dropped a lot enough for me. So I never really spent anything.
Yeah.
But shit, at the end of the day, I didn't need to spend any money, and I just played those games free. But I didn't care, to be honest, at the time, because it was when I was on the go, I was playing those games, or when I was out of the country and I didn't have my system with me. But when I was back in my country, I just didn't give a shit until I just never gave a shit to begin with. I just lost all interest.
Yo, on Dr. Shriva's show yesterday, we had this Xbot guy on. He's from Mozambique. He got a Series X and stuff or whatever. He's like, oh, I like Game Pass so I could demo shit. I'm like, I'll tell you what, dude, you get a PlayStation 4 or whatever, I'll let you demo all my PS5 games. He's like, what are you talking about? I explained share play and all that stuff to him and share screen. He's like, they don't have that. I'm like, I explain. He's like, you are fucking blowing my mind right now. Are you serious? No, he was like, what is going on right now?
All I can say is you want to demo some games. I'll let you. I'll share place a game with you.
I let 7 people play Returnal.
Exactly. I'll share play a game with you. If you would like it, you can go and buy it.
Hey, you know what I'm about to do, man? Because I like smacking people in the face. I'm about to line up all the multiplayer games we talked about today. I'm going to line them all up. I'm going to go into the apps. I'm going to line them all up. Because I think people are stupid. And if some people don't see the proof, they think that they can convince you of what they believe the truth is, even though they know what they're saying is a fucking bold-faced lie. Kind of like the multiplayer shit. Like they'll say, "Oh yeah, we got Halo, we got Gears, we got Forza." Okay, you got 3 fucking multiplayer games that always come out. Got anything different from the first party?
The reason they say that is because Halo is very, very popular. You got Forza, which is very, very popular, and the only one they talk about is Horizon because that's very popular.
Yo, but do you really need a racing game every goddamn year for a decade?
That's why they don't bring out a lot of Gran Turismos, because you fucking don't. A racing game could last your ass a long time. I buy like 2 racing games a generation sometimes. PS3 was the one generation where I picked up more racing games than I ever fucking imagined. I picked up the Wipeouts, Gran Turismo Prologue, then MotorStorm, and then I picked up a Need for Speed and a Burnout I picked up a shitload of racing games, you know? But before that, it was like, I could be good with like 1 or 2 racing games a generation, bro. It'll last me. All I'm gonna do is hop on there and just race around.
You know, it's like Forza. It's like, okay, it looks so good. It's like, it looks like 4, but you change location. What the fuck are you talking about?
I've been telling people that, but nobody want to listen. That's exactly what they fucking did, bro.
Forza 2 looked good in 2014. It don't look that much different.
You guys know King Thrash? You guys know King Thrash been tricking people on Twitter with those pictures of Forza 4 and Forza 5.
Oh yeah, it's not much different. Nothing's different.
So, I mean, it doesn't really look that much different.
I mean, it's easy to make money off of a game that if you change the area, it'll make your consumers think that it's a new game, even though it's not. So what's gonna be new about it? What if 80% of the cars you get within the first
they already got their expansion passes.
That's what I'm saying. But if 80% of the cars are the same cars you played on the last game, what's new about it?
You know what's funny though, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Forza Horizon 4 has 4K 60, and Forza Horizon 5 doesn't have 4K 60. He has 4K 30.
Oh yeah.
They don't have dynamic.
No.
Yeah.
But there's no ray tracing. It's a racing game, dude. No,
racing game.
Hold on. Wait. What are you trying to say? Forza Horizon did what?
They put out a statement. There's going to be a 4K 60 mode on Horizon.
It'll be dynamic,
but it's going to be dynamic with lower detail, graphical settings.
Racing games too, dude, are the easiest game. Like Ridge Racer 7 launched the PS3.
And that's why people are saying there's something wrong with the Xbox.
It's gotta be.
Bro, Ridge Racer 7 and launch title PS3 ran 1080 60. That was a 720/30 machine.
Yeah.
It's easy to pull out power out of a racing game, bro.
You don't have to render shit in close. Same thing with the Flight Simulator.
Yeah, bro, racing games and first-person shooters should be the easiest fucking games to make look
racing
good.
Even way easier. You don't have to render shit in close.
Even if you lower the resolution to get it to 60.
If you could get out of your car, it'd be a different story.
Now, well, see, this is what we want to talk about before we get up out of here, because we don't got that much time. They have a little viewing mode but it's not it's not a photo mode. It's not like, okay, you stop in a race and you start viewing. No, you have to go into a completely different type of mode. Yeah. Like
I mean, Forza Vista. That Forza Vista is not a photo mode.
Exactly.
Right?
And people were thinking it's a photo mode. It's not.
It's not gameplay either.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gameplay either.
Yeah, because it doesn't stop the time right where you're at. No, it doesn't
stop the time.
See, Ratchet and Clank, that's photo mode. Stops the time. Whatever monster or enemy is in front of you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, whatever monster is in front of you, you get to see that reflection on your visor or whatever. You know,
Kid Smooth said that ray tracing wasn't all that important in this game because it doesn't have it, and he was saying that the photo mode in Ratchet and Clank is like not in game, so
it's not in game.
Even though
you gotta have to tell that to the millions of motherfuckers spreading pictures around the internet, confirming it's in game. Myself,
Kid Smooth was damage control to the end of. Hey, I swear. They need to pay that nigga money. I'm telling you.
He needs a big paycheck.
Smooth money, bro. That man was not damage controlling.
He said it was not like in game. It's not running in game when you go into photo mode. Like he's saying they're upgrading.
Every photo mode is in game. The thing is, it's not gameplay. Photo mode is never.
Now with Ratchet, they do when you go into photo mode, the game does drop the frame rate to 30. It probably puts it in fidelity mode, but it's still in game. It's not like a CGI or something,
you're not having to render anything in. You're not having to run any assets. There's nothing going on. That's why they talked about that frame drop frames and shit on PlayStation for fucking whatever that Remedy game. Whatever, it's like it has smart shifts, so if it's not doing shit, it ain't gonna use power because it don't need it.
Right, but the thing is, like, they're downplaying ray tracing right now because they don't have it on their first party.
Yeah, they talk about graphics, but they didn't have that last gen either.
They didn't.
Nothing looked top end last gen in their whole goddamn showcase that had any kind of gameplay. Nothing.
Yo, Link, hey, do you know if Gears Hive Busters have ray tracing?
It does not.
Elimination.
Since you brought up Hive Busters, I was just reading an article. Only 10% of players that play Gears 5 ever tried Hive Busters.
Oh my god!
Only 3 completed it. I'm one of them.
It is free on Game Pass.
But that's their most beloved franchise, right? Besides Halo. Wow.
They're not playing these games, so.
Yeah, I mean, they get on the internet and they brag about it. That's as far as it's gonna fucking go, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think Microsoft knows their player base doesn't play games, so if they can get them to just pay for a monthly subscription, whether they play the shit or not.
The problem is because they pissed them off. They had to give free to play away. That eliminates half or 90% of your players. That's where you're getting your money from.
Fortnite players.
That made them. That made Microsoft hot. That made.
I think
most people just play free to play games.
They were going to drop it with Halo, but they had to scramble and delay the game.
Which is exactly why Game Pass is about to go up. Give it a few more months.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, no, that's not why Game Pass is gonna go up. You want to know what's gonna raise Game Pass?
What's that?
When freaking Uplay comes to consoles, because Microsoft wants it in Game Pass.
Yeah, they sure do. Why would these companies put their services inside of another service? I mean, I guess.
What's Uplay? Because they don't have any of their own goddamn content.
Uplay is Ubisoft streaming.
Ubisoft, yeah.
EA Play is like 90% of the value of fucking Game Pass. That's $30 a year.
Man, Game Pass having all these babies, bro. Like, what the hell going on?
Yeah, I mean, so it's like they just want all their fucking everybody else's streaming service and them inside of theirs, and this kind of speaks on what I heard from the roundtable yesterday. They think that if they do this strategy they're doing, they will become the market leader that way, and then whether it's Nintendo or PlayStation, they will have to follow them because they feel like they're doing something different. And to be honest, they're really not. Like, even with the xCloud, PlayStation did that before first. with the Game Pass thing. Well, PlayStation Now was a type of Game Pass. You brought the subscription, you got the games. You don't want to go that far? You want to go to downloadable only? Okay, well, don't use PlayStation Now. Use PlayStation Plus. It was the first service that gave you free games every fucking month. Yep. They copied. So if anybody thinks that this plan is going to work out where they're going to be the industry leader, you would have to lead to do that. You would have to have done something first to be the industry leader. That's why the market leader. That's why PlayStation is the market leader, because they added games every month on their subscription service, and then Microsoft created a new name for their service to give you the same service that PlayStation was already giving gamers the previous generation. Think about that. When was Xbox giving you free games every month before PlayStation Now, before PlayStation Plus did it, as an apology to getting hacked by Lizard Squad? Because a lot of people don't understand why we even have the PlayStation Plus that we have right now.
But they think everybody in the industry is trying to do what Microsoft is doing.
Exactly. And they're not. You know, Microsoft's trying to do what PlayStation is doing and just make it look fancy.
They know Sony can't follow suit either, because say they want Scarlet Nexus and they charge Microsoft $20 million to put it in their service. They're gonna charge Sony $100 because they fucking sell 5 times more fucking copies on their system.
Mm-hmm.
They already know this shit ain't gonna sell, so they get something out of it.
Hobby turning into a service, like I just, and they want to shame people into.
You know why? Because they want to get these people. They need to get their numbers up so they can cut off gold and start raising the fucking prices.
The thing is,
they don't
bro,
want to bleed money forever.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get up out of here. But the last thing I want to say, and y'all can stay in here because I'm gonna definitely talk to you on the way to work. The thing is, they can't even get the number of Xbox One buyers to be a subscriber. So it ended about 40 to 50 million, right, on Xbox One buyers. Okay, you can't even get that number. You're stuck at 23.
That's not even active.
Exactly. You're stuck at 23 million fucking Game Pass subscribers.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, guys, I gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta make some money.
Phone, computer, and Xbox. There's about 3 billion people that can access Game Pass. If you can't sell it for $1, how the fuck are you gonna sell it for 15? 3 billion people have access. You can't give it away. How are you gonna charge for it? I don't know. That's why they're pushing it so hard. Nobody give a